Hey, how's it going? Balenciaga, Kardashian, Heard. A. Oh. Wow, Balenciaga, Kardashian, Heard. But before I get to this, I gotta say something specifically to a Twitter, or just a twit. Let me get this out of the way. Now, she writes, they have had it easy on the publicity circuit, cutting Marilyn Manson guilty out of anything they say, regardless of outcome. We have to stop allowing this to occur. And I most definitely, I will say, I agree with this. And bring it to the courts. But I will say it like this. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna okay. When you investigated yourself the way Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore put Marilyn Manson out there on Front Street like that, if you just simply do a little research and scratch the surface, you really don't really need the courts because the evidence is right out there. Well, no, let me take that back. Let me walk it back. You do need the courts. But there's something called the court of public opinion and the decision of the court or the court's opinion. And the court's opinion is important, but however, the court of public opinion can keep you from having a peace of mind. Just my 2 cents. But back to Balenciaga. Oh man, Balenciaga, your brand, dare I say, your brand, is your brand in the toilet now? Through that wild campaign? And now you're suing the producer? Now, wait. I was born in the morning, but I wasn't born this morning. Someone in your company, or shall I say, in a meeting you had a board, they approved this stuff. So don't sit there and make it seem like that this was out of the norm, surprising to you. That's a bunch of BS malarkey and just uh-uh. Uh-uh. So there's a lot to that, and you're catching the backlash that I believe that should be bestowed upon you. It really is. Now, do I think you're going to have some people who are going to go along to get along because they want your brand? Yeah, you're going to have those twisted people that have no moral foundation. They're just mindless consumers. They don't care who's it who they support. They don't care. They truly don't care. They're going to support Balenciaga anyway. Now, I have never supported Balenciaga. This is the first time I ever heard of Balenciaga. But based on what I see, I wish I could clean my eyes, wash it out, and I wish I have never seen or heard, clean my ears out, never heard of Balenciaga. Stuff like that is outrageous, in my opinion, outrageous. And there needs to be more investigations on that because mm, I don't know what, no, I can't say I don't know what message. I'm quite well aware on what message that was being placed out there. That is there a safe place for children in this world? I'm just saying. Kim Kardashian. Oh my goodness, Kim Kardashian. I gotta say, her loyalties. Her loyalties is to the dollar, is basically to herself and the dollar bill. She don't care who she walks over to get it. Now, when Balenciaga had all this wild stuff going on, Kim Kardashian said nothing. Seeing all of that and that brand, and Kim Kardashian is connected to that brand. Oh, Kim, you're catching backlash like there is no tomorrow. You're catching it. I really don't believe your tweet, and I was trying to find that tweet that you put out that you're distancing yourself from Balenciaga. Oink, oink. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh man, Kim, I try to get this before the live stream hits. So I'm just, no, tweet it. I'm just, oh, here it is. Kim Kardashian says, you can't make this crap up. She says, I have been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team and understand for myself, how could this have happened? Really, Kim? Really? Now you're a businesswoman. You know that nothing goes past anyone unless if they stamp it. Now, one question. Do you think that you wield that much power to where you're going to go to them to get an understanding? You are replaceable. Boop, they drop you and put someone else in. Just like that, they dropped Yay. They dropped Ye quick, fast, in a hurry, and they dropped him for something that had nothing to do with that company. And you were okay with that, but that right there is between you and Ye. I have nothing to do with that. But for you to say that, how disingenuous. And yes, I'm being judgmental. I try hard not to be, but in this case, whenever it comes to children, oh, all gloves come off. You're disingenuous at best. You're a filthy, disgusting, terrible fibber at worst. So they're supposed to call you, call them up and say, "Well, I want to understand what you saw what it was." It didn't take a rocket scientist. You do not need a PhD in rocket science in order to understand that campaign ad and what was coming out of that. It didn't take much. It didn't take much. Not at all. It was quite apparent what they were trying to get by, but you know, I gotta drink my iced coffee, white mocha. Ugh. But let me see. All right. And lastly, Amber Heard. Amber Heard, she has single-handedly put a wrench in the Me Too movement. Amber Heard. I read this article, I'm trying to find it, how a woman basically explained that what Amber Heard did, two things. Two things she had said. J.K. Rowling's is getting a backlash and going through a lot of problems with the LGBTQ community because she made a statement about the trans community, and they jumped on her about that. But then she also pointed out that what Amber Heard did, as far as her going out, reaching out to the feminist movement, the the Me Too movement, and getting up on stage and saying that she was their champion of being abused and having all these other issues based on the person that she was with, which it's not hard to figure out who she was talking about. She was talking about Johnny Depp. And then turned around, he sued her and everything fell apart on her end. She put a big dent in the Me Too movement, and the women that she stood next to, looking at her, who were abused, looking at her like, wow, if this can happen to me and it could happen to her, then who is safe? Oh, Amber, you did a lot. You did a lot. Oh, you did a lot. So let's go ahead and recap, and I'm gonna open up. Oops, I'm sorry, I missed it. Hey, Weebit, how are you? Do you think? Let me see. Do you think it is a coincidence that Balenciaga Adidas had a campaign and now Adidas is going after? You know, I really don't believe in coincidences. I truly don't. And what Kanye was able to prove, they proved what he said. He proved it. He proved it. And just that Kanye, I wish I would have. Kanye came out and said that 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 Adidas went into his account and took money out of his what was it, JP Morgan account. Now, did has any company have been able to go into your private account and take your funds? Yeah, I'm just putting that out there. But and I'm not a big Kanye fan. I'm not. I'm he's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, he's just all over the place. He really is. But yeah, Balenciaga. But now I well, let me go back for a second. Adidas has had the same problem. Wait a minute. You say okay, that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. But I remember back in the 80s when Run DMC, because Adidas should have been out of business 40 years ago. But the the black community in the United States has supported Adidas. Now, Run DMC, they put Adidas on a map and they rode the wave for about 30 years. And then once the Run DMC started to look at their business practices, because I haven't rocked with Run DMC since the 80s, late 80s, when I saw that they were 80s and 90s, when I saw that Adidas was supporting apartheid in South Africa. Oh yeah, they were funding, giving money to them. Like, oh well, you go ahead and do that. But once you start looking into the people of South Africa, the Africans and the Afrikaners, I don't want to get too political. I'm going to say that from my other channel. Oh, Missy L. Okay, that I don't know, don't know. But I haven't rocked with Adidas since the '90s due to that. Um, um, Adidas, I haven't worn Reebok shoes in a long time, and then Nike. I'm starting to see that they have those same practices as well, and that and if it weren't for the black community to support these businesses, but now Ye is saying, hey, this is what's going on, and shedding more light on it. But to answer, but that is a long-winded answer to your question. But Amber Heard, she has done so much harm to the Me Too movement. And what frustrates me about the feminists and the women's movement and the Me Too movement is that they're not calling out Amber Heard. They're giving her a free pass to be, oh, you're very welcome, to be a complete nuisance. Not, no, look, okay, let me back that up. Not a nuisance. to lie on their movement, to be to to be that lie, to be that straw man in their movement, and they're not calling these women out. I, she single handedly did that. She did. Johnny Depp got wrecked, but now Amber Heard, she gets a free pass. Nah, so something has to stop there. There has to be a point to where women are going to be held responsible. Keep in mind, we want equality, right? We want equality. We want equal treatment. We ought to get equal punishment as men do. If men look at a woman wrong and you cough the wrong way, they're hauling his butt off to jail saying that, oh, I'm afraid. Amber Heard needs to be taken to task, and I'm glad that Johnny Depp did what he did because even in all his kindness, it upsets me. Even though Johnny Depp, he has his faults. He is a human being, and you can push a person to a breaking point. But if you just keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, somebody's going to lash out. Everyone has a breaking point. But Amber went up there and told those outrageous lies. And I'm glad she's being punished, and she needs to be. And Amber Heard's supporters, if you want to maintain a lie, if you want to uphold that lie, you go right ahead. That is your absolute right. But when that lie comes back and bites you, when it comes to your door, remember, if you don't have children yet, you will. And if you have sons, keep in mind what you supported, perpetuated, and added legislation to put your son, your brother, your male cousins, your father, whomever, in a small little basket and making them irrelevant. It is what it is. But Kim Kardashian, oh, let me go ahead and put up my number if you want to call in and give your thoughts. You can call in and give your thoughts on this. Kim Kardashian, I just when I think that she can't sink any lower, she does. She really does. I have no sympathy for her whatsoever. I have zero. Oh, and keep in mind that Kim Kardashian, she called Kanye crazy for speaking out and trying to protect his children from being sexualized, change the letter, by that family. Balenciaga dropped the twisted um, child popcorn campaign, and they're just so. What are your thoughts? Call them up and tell me your thoughts, or you can come up if you like. You don't have to show your face, or you can continue, or not continue, or you can type something down that you want to address. Okay, where is it? I'm dropping a link down. There's the link. The phone number is there. So we're talking about Balenciaga. We're talking about Kim Kardashian, and we're also talking about Amber Heard. What say you? What would you like to call up and talk about or discuss? Mm, this iced coffee, white mocha, between my hazelnut coffee or my iced coffee, white mocha. Oh, the two best. The two best. Excuse me. want to know a little bit more about Missy Elliott. What is going on with her? That's what I want to know a little bit more about. Yeah, but a little off topic, but I found rather interesting. I tweeted that I gotta get rid of my landline. I tweeted about Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore are now being asked questions about their accusations, or not their accusations, but Marilyn Manson's accusations, and for them to simply defend their stance. And they're running like roaches. Like you turn on the light and all the roaches run. Yeah, they're scattering. And the two of them as well. I mean, they put out all these lies, and they are outrageous lies. I mean, okay, Amber Heard, hers was just staggering. She was going to she Amber Heard had a nerve to even use Rihanna's pain and what she said and incorporate it into her testimony. Mm, mm, mm. That Amber Heard, but I'm sorry. But um, but Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, their lies are just beyond this planet. That's all I can say. Beyond this planet, it's just outrageous. Can't make this stuff up. You truly can't. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Um. Okay, you say I love Missy Elliott, but was surprised she stuck with it. Get at it! Oh, I'm done. I am done. Oh, really, Missy Elliott? Really? You're gonna stick? Okay, look, I do not want to put her on the sellout list. I truly don't. But if that's who you're going to stick with, knowing that Adidas has bad business practices, knowing what they have done in South Africa, knowing what they have done to Run DMC, which I'm pretty sure you ran in those circles, and I don't know how you could look them in their face now. Knowing what they did, I mean, mm. Yeah, I did too. I used to buy Adidas. I mean, that was back in my era when hip hop really started to come out mainstream, when and all the guys did all their breaking, and matter of fact, Google, not Google, go on YouTube and look up breaking and look at the sneakers that everyone wore. Everyone wore Adidas, and they had those very thick shoelaces, very thick, and it was a art how they laced it. They didn't lace it in a regular way. They laced it into like a box. Missy, mm, mm. Missy, really? You're gonna Missy Elliott, really? I am beyond disappointed in you. You're up there for me where Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood. Now I gotta attack Missy Elliott right there too. Oh man. Yeah, but I haven't purchased anything. But what got me was my mother. She yeah, my mother, she's 80, and she went to the store and she said, "Look at these sneakers they bought." And I'm like this. Yeah, she paid in cash and she lost her receipt. She's like, "Oh, I didn't know they had those types of business practices, but I wouldn't expect her to know." But I digress. But one thing I've had this thought. I had this thought about Balenciaga. Now, I don't know the company. I think it's a French company, a French or I think it's an Italian company. but made it big in France. I'm not quite sure how it is, but I think okay, I gotta do a little bit more research before I start talking about what I think. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm laughing right along with you. But I think Balenciaga. There has to be some kind of culture within that company that may promote a mindset like that. For a producer to even do a campaign, all this stuff is shown to the board before they even get an okay to do it. So there's something within that company that has that type of mindset, or maybe even an atmosphere somewhere within that company to where that type of thought is okay. I don't know. No, 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 no. Let me back it up. That's what I think. Now, is it true? Don't know. But whenever advertisers or campaigns put things out, whatever they're trying to promote, it has a direct relation to do with the company and their culture. It does. It does. Look at look at let's say Kmart. Kmart and what's her name? Kate Jackson. Kate Jackson was a former Charlie's Angels, and no, I'm sorry, Jacqueline Smith, a former Charlie's Angels um, actress, big time stars back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and she started letting go in the 90s, and now she's here and there every now and again. Now, when she started designing clothes for Kmart, Kmart had a culture of selling to the average everyday person. So whenever there was something coming out, they would have to pitch it to Kmart, and then there would be advertisement and billboards simply about that. They didn't have that stuff with teddy bears, and that is twisted. So, so there is something within Balenciaga to where that right there is okay. A certain part, don't know, but just knowing, yeah, I don't want to say you have to know your customers. I don't want to say that. Oh, that, oh, mm, mm. That's all I'm going to say on that. I really don't know. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, there's a thread on Twitter with her image not good. Yes, she was dressed in all in black. Now, okay, Kim Kardashian already has, let me see, her name, her fame came from a tape. A tape, come to find out 20 years later that her mother authored. I mean, not authored, but observed, saw, and gave her stamp of approval, and then put Kim on the map as far as coming that way. She did what other people did, make a Mex tape like Paris Hilton. She catapulted herself into Hollywood by a Mex tape, along with Pamela Anderson Lee. Okay, wait a minute. Weebit is saying they're trying to normalize. Yep, that was their Christmas campaign. You're batting 1,000. I forgot that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you put it. Look, nowadays, children are not safe in this world. They're just not. Hold on to them and be careful who's around them. There's always a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't want my channel taken down because the world was given into the hand of the wicked. Mm. Yeah, but yeah, but Kim Kardashian, oh, man, okay, even Kim Kardashian, I mean, she got her business sense. Chris is a great businesswoman. She can sell dirt to a rock or a rock to dirt. She can. And she could promote the mess out of it. She's good at that. And all her girls, except for one that I have great respect for, Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner, she has a whole lot of sense. I like Kendall Jenner because she's just not with a lot of that crazy stuff. But Chloe, oh, she's a the other one, Courtney Kardashian, she has a whole lot of sense. She stays away from that mess. But Kim, she came out and said, I made this family. I made this family rich. And that's true. Uh, her- Robert Kardashian, oh my goodness. Kanye said it. Robert Kardashian was a Catholic, raised their children to be Catholics. When he passed, look what Kim did. Not Kim, but Chris did. None of this would have gone on if Robert Kardashian never had a heart attack. And not to mention Robert Jr. He is so far my heart my heart goes out to you, Robert Kardashian. Rob, my heart goes out to you. I really wish you the best because run. Run. Okay, you see, what did she do? Um, are you talking about Kendall Jenner or Chris? Which one are you talking about? Weebit. I talked about all the Kardashians and Jenner. Oh, Chris. Chris. I remember watching not the real, but the talk, and Chris Kardashian was she was covering for someone, and she was interviewing Mario Lopez. Go back and look at this. Mario Lopez shut her down. Shut her down. Chris Kardashian, or her name was Chris. Oh man, I can't remember her maiden name, but she was saying how she used to sneak out of her house, run and go spend time with guys when she was young, and she thought that Mario was about that life. And she said, "Oh yeah, I used to sneak out and do this and do that. You know, my parents didn't know. I used to sneak around and do all this, that, and the other." Look it up. I'm not saying anything that she didn't say. This is out there. Mario shut it down by saying, um, no, I had respect. I have respect for my parents. Whatever rules they said, I followed. He said he'd been with one person for years. One person. He wasn't out there throwing himself around. That's not what Mario does. That right there's he has a specific moral compass, which means what he believes to be right and wrong. Chris Kardashian Chris Kardashian has her own moral compass, which she believes is right and wrong, whatever that is. But check that out. Oh, Chris looks so embarrassed. If she wanted to go under a rock and just hide herself, that was the right time. Mario Lopez shut that mess down. Oh yeah, it was most definitely lacking these days. And not only that, Chris Jenner is even trying to monetize her grandchildren. Her grand this man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, okay. Chris. This woman is an ultimate, dare I say, grifter hustler. She has a church. You got to pay $1,000. She, um, who was it? Was it Kim or Court? One of them. One of her children says that she has a church, and where it's located at, no one ever goes in it. But you go to the other church, and then you got to pay $1,000 entrance fee. Just this is wild. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Maury? Hi, 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 hi. One of my cookies. How you doing? Yeah, and it's really something. Yeah, yeah, and it's really something. And on one hand, okay, okay, I'm not a big Kim Kardashian fan, but however, on one hand, yes, she is a victim. In my opinion, she is a victim due to her. Look, you're gonna do what your mom or dad tells you to do because they're the one who raised you. Kim Kardashian is the way she is due to the influence of her mother. Now, I got to give it to Kourtney Kardashian because Kourtney has a mind of her own and she doesn't go that way. That is simply not her. She looked at her family and said, okay, these are the morals that they're trying to give me, but those morals are not the way I rock. These are my morals. And I most definitely take my hat off to any child who can see the morals that their parents are giving them is corrupt, not biblical, whatever you want to put it. And you're like, nah, I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. And then you tread the line. And Kourtney and Kim have a rough relationship because she's not going the way Chris is going. I'm sorry, Chris and Kourtney have a rough relationship. She's not doing that. She's not going. She has her husband, her children, and she's fine. She doesn't need to keep on chasing the bag. She's fine just where she is. And Kendall's the same way. She's like, "Hey mom, how you doing you all? Hey, peaches, cheerio," and she goes about her business. But Kim, oh man, and that Chloe, oh man, I feel bad. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm glad you're doing fantastic. I really am. I'm just glad you all are here and I can see you and say hi. I am so blessed. And said I think they lack self-respect. Most definitely lack they have zero. Everything for Chris and Kim and Kourtney, not Kourtney. Oh, forgive me. Kim, Chris, and Chloe is transactional. If you look at Kim Kardashian, she just is a shell of a person. She's walking by, there's nothing inside. That is just zero. And yeah, lack a whole lot of self-respect. And let me see. Maury says Chris is the man. Oh, momager. Oh, I like that. Momager. I like that. It's a momager from the underworld. I like it. She could have been one of those from the movie Underworld. She could have been one of the people coming out saying, "Ah," that would fit Chris most definitely. Yep. Let me see. Maury also says they weren't taught self-respect, only to be money machines. Oh, you are spitting out 1,000, most definitely. And it's sad, and that's why Kim can still rock with Balenciaga because she's still trying to get that bag, regardless of what they're promoting. And she got a bunch of children, and she's rocking with it shows you transactional. She keeping up with the Kardashians or whatever it is now, the new spinoff. They're over there using the children. Mm, mm. I just got a big problem with that family. I got a big problem with the no, I got a big problem with some of the people in that family. I'll put it like that. Just just not good at all. Not good. Not good. And now they have this Kardashian curse. And matter of fact, I put a what do you call it? A survey out who escaped the Kardashian curse. No one got it right. Her husband, her first husband, Sean or Chris, her first husband, took a look. They were married for a week. He said, I'm gone. No, 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 no. I did not. When I lift up the hood, I didn't see all of this. I didn't see all this mess. But the other ones, they got caught like flies on a spider web. They just got caught. Okay, let me see. Wait a minute. Maury says, hence why I say yay might know something. You know something we don't know about his baby's attitude. You know, you are so right. And I had to stop and really reflect because I've been hard on Ye. I have been. And when he was on the Joe Rogan show, I completely what he said that being a slave was a choice. And I was like, really? Yeah, you're gonna say something like that? Really? And I'm thinking about it being over here about it being slavery. No, he said Joe Rogan was like, "Oh, what are you talking about? The contracts?" And he said, "Yes." And then he said that when I signed a contract, I read it. I was simply trying to feed myself, help my family, and I chose to do that. And that's what he said, that slavery was a choice. Now, when you look, okay, how can I say this? When you look at it, whenever you sign your name on a dotted line, you are agreeing to whatever it is. And a lot of times, whenever you sign your name to a dotted line, when it talks about contracts, what you're going to do, how you're going to work this, that, and the other, you normally get the raw end of the stick. You normally don't get paid what you should. All these other things. And when he talked about having, what is it, a galactical thing, that's outrageous. When he talked about the contracts that they have to sign in order to be an artist, to sing or to rap, your name and your likeness is no longer yours. It belongs to the Hollywood machine, the entertainment machine. So, for an example, I'm going to take you way back, way back. John Fogerty. John Fogerty was not able to use his song that he wrote, so that he altered it some, and the record company came back and sued him. And this was like in the early 90s, no, mid 90s. These people are corrupt. He could not be John Fogerty. He could not be him. That's why Dolly Parton says, I own my own. I own everything. Put it in your own company. Own your own. Okay. I like Dolly Parton. Savvy businesswoman. Okay. I really went off the rails on that one. Okay. Weebit says, I'm sorry to hear about the kids, HH little girl. You know, I've been trying to find, because there was a rumor, and I'm going to call it a rumor, that um, that Elon Musk said that he acknowledged Amber Heard's child. Now, I'm still trying to figure out, is there a child or not? I mean, I'm still like out to lunch on that, because I thought there was, then there was, and she's paying people, and you never see the child's face. Wow, this coffee is really hitting me kind of hard. I'm talking a lot faster than I normally do, but it's good. So I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, and Amber Heard had a what was it? A photographer to come over when she was out at her in her home in Arizona or New Mexico, one of those two places when she lived in the desert. She had a house in the desert, and they came to take pictures, and she was beating up on her sister. I can't remember her sister's name. Beating up on her sister. They were all drunk. Amber was drunk. Her friend that testified with the curly hair was drunk, and her sister was, beat up. And they wanted the the photographer to take pictures. She said it was a doll, a lifelike doll. I'm only telling you what the woman said. Okay, Maury says Amber Child, my heart break. Yeah, a narcissist mom is a wound that takes years to heal. Oh, you are speaking the truth. Whew. Weebit says Maury, yep, and I agree. Maury comes back and says it is basically signing your soul over. Yes, yes. And the thing is this: whenever you sign your name, that's currency. That is currency. Oh, your signature is currency. That is money right there. I can't say that's where the deal or the deal with the devil saying in music. Yeah, and music came. There's something that's called crossroads in music. They call it the crossroads. Hold on, before I say that, that is my opinion and could be part. In music, they have this thing called the crossroads, and Ralph Macchio, he did a movie called The Crossroads, to where you basically make the deal with the devil and you get any and everything you want, but in the process you sell your soul. And at some point you have to pay. Check out that movie The Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. It was good. It was good. And it started with a blues singer. And I'll leave it there. Let me see. Maury says, I'm still torn on Amber having a child or not. Me too. Elon tends to have kids with a lot of women. Man, he alone can populate the entire world. And Amber have a past. Yeah. Okay, Weebit says Amber Heard Defo has no soul. Maury says, I read an article from somewhere saying, or someone saying, uh, she rented, yep, she rented their child for a photo shoot, but I can't say whether it's true or not. I read not only the same article, but there was some people in Spain that said that she gave them money just to take pictures with their child. But the thing was, the child's head was always towards her, not towards the camera. So I do know exactly what you're saying. We bet you're too funny. Maury also says he wants to populate the world. Yeah, yeah, I most definitely do agree. I do agree because he's saying that the population is going down. Now, here's the interesting part. Prince William was saying there's too many people in the world. So there's going to be a little battle between the battle of the very, very, very rich men. Um, let's see. Weebit says, how are you finding Twitter since Elon took over? Okay, I'm getting ready to take an unpopular stance. I find that I can say what I want to say. And I like that my speech is not being restricted. Now, I would rather know where people stand so I can deal with that. Now, some people are like, I don't want you saying this, I don't want you saying that. Fine. But I believe in the First Amendment because if you push towards me, I'm pushing back. I'll give you the same equal and same amount of energy that you give me. But if you're one of those types of people that could only push, but you can't take what you push back, I'm gonna leave that alone. I was going to go in on that, but mm-mm. Okay, Maury says a world with many Elons is scary. Okay, okay. Now, I just think what he did for Twitter, I like that. Now, as far as actually, I did his genealogy. I think I did a video on that. Quite interesting. His mother, May, oh, she is beautiful. Oh, she puts Amber Heard to shame. Mae Musk is beautiful. She's in her 70s. And if that's 70, I'll take it. I'll take it. Man, beautiful. But Elon Musk's, he's like two generations in South Africa. No, three. When did his grandfather get to South Africa? It was in the 1800s. So that right there tells you a whole lot right there if you know anything about South African history. It goes back to the 1400s, but it gets really spicy in the 17th and 18th century. But I'm not going to be a total nerd. I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, Weebit says, I agree. See, Maury says, I haven't noticed a big difference. I don't mind Elon's buying Twitter. I've noticed a difference. Because there was like some of my tweets were being shadowed. I couldn't get them out. They would go to archives because I was hitting this senator pretty hard. I go pretty hard on politics with Laura. I mean, I don't pull any punches. However, when I get it back, I have no problems taking what I put out as long as it's factual. Everything what I say is factual. It's someplace that I read and I prove it. I don't just say how I feel. No, not with man. My subscribers. I had a subscriber tell me if you give me any of this Fox News garbage, I'm unsubscribing. So I gotta be on point with them. They would take me to town square and put me in a. So I have to be on point with that, and also with you all too. You most definitely keep my feet to the fire, and I like that. But yeah, so I mean, I've seen a change, and actually, I have some more subscribers, which is good, and I appreciate that. Let me see. Whitbit says, Maureen. Okay. Um, and Mattiston are threatening to block ex Twitters using reporting. Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Well, give them everybody. People are going to have problems. People are going to, as they say, hate or have issues, no matter what. And that's right there is very true. Let them go ahead and do it. And as they continuously do it, then they're going to see a trend, and then it's going to backfire on them like it normally does. So if you do ugly things because somebody does something that you don't like, and then you get crowdsourced to go against that person, it normally backfires. They're silly. I don't see your. I didn't see yours for ages. Yeah, if you're talking about me, then yeah, because I was being blocked. A lot of my tweets were being blocked. Like, I had issues with YouTube and Twitter because let me see, there was this politician, Madison Cawthorn. Yes, Madison. Uh-huh. Look at you now. I had 6 subscribers. My six subscribers and I went after a senator, and apparently what I said that I found info from outside of the United States, and I reported on it. He had an issue with it, had my video taken down, called spam and disinformation, uh, whatever. But he's no longer a politician. He did it to himself. Maury says, I still get those most tweets. Don't like replies. Yeah, like this. But mine can show up more too. Yeah, politicians are meant to be criticized, not worshipped. And plus, they work for us, and that's something that they sort of forgot. They sort of shifted over to big business, and they give them. Oh man, the Democrats, they're going to have some issues this election cycle, especially when they allowed FTX platform, cryptocurrency, Maxine Waters and a couple other Democrats and some Republicans took the money. Next thing you know, they stole it and it went down. People lost billions. I don't know how they're going to deal with that. Oh yeah, but they're not meant to be worshipped. Nope. Wow. Oh yeah. Yeah, karma, most definitely. Karma does not go on your frappuccino. It is something that actually happens to you. The energy you put into the universe, oh yes, is what the universe gives you back. Amen to the third power, and most definitely. We bit. Um, yes, people forget the politicians work for the people. DeSantis 2024. It's going to be interesting. Oh man, I'm going to talk about this with politics with Laura. I'm going to talk about DeSantis and Trump. That DeSantis said that if Trump runs, then he's going to lay back and then go in 2028. It's going to be quite interesting. When DeSantis, oh man, oh, I did a video on that when he put people in his private jet and put them up there on Martha's Vineyard where all those billionaires have compounds. That was a stroke of genius, but there were people who were peed, teed, and lead when they saw that. They were like, "Oh, he's using taxpayers' money." No, he used his money. He's not stupid. He's not dumb. Like, okay, I'm not going to get into Iran Contra scandal. I'm going to leave that one alone. I researched that and read it. Oh, DeSantis is not that stupid. No, I can't say not that stupid, but he's not stupid. No. That should be. Oh yeah, that should be merch, a mug. Karma is not something you put on your frappuccino. That's yeah, okay. Thank you. I do have a Big Girl Diary store. I'm just trying to figure out what online store I'm going to go with and what I'm going to sell because I do want to do it. I got some really great ideas, but I want to make sure I get with the right company that's not going to totally have a crazy contract like Kanye West is talking about. I don't want to be out there screaming like, "Hey, no, 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 no." But I do have a YouTube store, a Big Girl Diary store, and I just got a Big Girl Diary Cash App. Yes. So I'm going to officially turn Big Girl Diary into a business. So I'm really enthused and proud of myself for, getting this far. I really am. And I thank all of you for rocking with me. I really do. You just don't know. Wait a minute. You just don't know how much I love and appreciate all of you for spending your time with me. But yeah, that is a good one. Karma is not what did you say? Caramel is not something that you put on your frappuccino. Yep, I come up with some wild ones. Get a little bit more of this. Mm, I love iced coffee. My hottest take, not unpopular. wh- What 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 you want to call it? It is that Trump wasn't the bad dude people wanted him out to be. Now, yeah, yeah. Now, one thing I learned because I was one of those people called liberal tarts. Believe it or not, yeah, I was a mindless drone. And people come out and they call Trump racist. He's a racist. He's a racist. Now, one thing I put in one of my videos in Politics with Laura is that being a racist, that is not a spectator sport. You don't just sit there and do this. It's not tennis where you're just watching, you're not spectating. It is a participatory sport. And when I ask people, okay, you're calling him a racist. Okay, so that revolves movement, that revolves action. My question to you is, what has he done? What did he do? Not what he said. What did he do that did something that impacted your life in a way to where it was something that was discriminatory, that was racist, and that was bigoted? What was it? And I get nothing. And this is me being black, African American, whatever you want to call it. Just don't call me late for dinner, okay? Whatever you want to call it. People cannot explain it, and I'm like, you. I've been up close and personal with racism that had action behind it. You're just talking about somebody hurt your feelings. Get over that. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get off my. Okay, a wee bit. You're too funny. You're too funny. Ari says, I've seen people who have good luck and on hives and springs. I don't remember which of the two. We are proud of you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, that means so much. I love what I do. I love doing Big Girl Diary. I love doing politics with Laura. But since I'm on Big Girl Diary, I love sitting here talking about things. I learned so much talking about Amber Heard, Evan Rachel Wood, and getting into court cases and looking at it, looking stuff up, and making sure that I give you the best accurate information that I can give. And I love this. I love making the videos. I learned so much. Live streaming, love so much. And people around the world, people around the world. It is, how can I say, it is mind blowing that I'm sitting here talking to people. And just tell me, where are you from right now? What part of the world are you in? You have a country, a city, however you want to do it. Just tell me. Because this right here is mind blowing to me. UK. I'm here in DC. UK. Oh my goodness. UK, Scotland. Wow. Oh, Midwest USA. All right. And just look, two different parts of the world. That is mind blowing. I'm sitting here, just me, the microphone, my Starbucks, and I'm not sponsored. And I don't think I would ever be sponsored because I don't want them to tell me what I can and can't do because they're paying. No, you all pay me. Your likes, your subscriptions, and those of you who are members. That is where my loyalty lies. Not with no corporation. No. Okay, let me get off that. I don't want to get all political. But it's amazing. And I just love what I do. Just truly do. And I love being able to sit here and talk about companies like Balenciaga and the twisted stuff that went on, and now they're trying to back away from it. And how do you? They're suing the producer. production company that they hired to do their campaign for what, $25 million? Please. Oh, stop it. And I like being able to report on Kim Kardashian and her fake outrage and all that silly stupidity that you can see right through. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that that's some foolishness and untruth. But I love what I do. I like being Big Girl Diary. And you all are groovy too. All right. So let me see. Weebit said, have you seen there is a scandal with the established titles? No. They sponsor a lot of YouTube channels. Mm, that doesn't surprise me. That really doesn't. And and there are a lot of people, not a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers that I check around and they're, oh well, advertising, yeah, drink their park because they're not sponsoring me. I'm just using it as an example. I'm drinking water and this is refreshing and all this other stuff and they get money for doing it. Mm-mm. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to take that route because once you take that route, um you no longer become your content never doesn't become your content. It becomes what they want you to be because they're giving you the money and then you switch your content to fit their narrative. No, that's okay. I will get there. It may take me a little longer, but I will get where I'm going to go. And I'm going to get where I'm going to go by getting it one subscriber at a time. And I want my subscribers to rock with me because you believe in what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox. Okay, let me see. I seen the established title. Yep, videos. Some defending others, pointing out you can't own. Yep, yep. You can't own your land. You don't own. You can't claim anything. It's done. You can't. Yep. Let me see. It has been happening here for you. Yep. Well, I'm just learning about that. Not sure. It is the same company. I'm not quite sure, but I don't even get into that. I mean, I haven't been approached yet by anything, but if I ever did support anything, it would not be a part. It would be some grassroots something if I were. And even then, I would have to say, I don't know. But where I get my support from is from all of you. When you watch my videos, when you uh, like, when you share my videos and members, and my members is what, $3.99 a month? But you. There's a few companies, let me see. Maury says there are a few companies that do this, and yeah, the letter of the established titles defending themselves. Um, let me see. It fell short and no accountability. Yep. That umbrella guy doesn't have sponsors. Yeah, he doesn't. And he's big. And the late Kevin Samuels, he didn't have any advertisers. No, everything what he did, and that umbrella guy says the same thing. You you support that umbrella guy and what he's doing, and he's able to get out there and say what he can say about Amber Heard and expose all the foolishness. But now, if he had sponsors, then Amber Heard could say, "I don't want that person talking about me," and then they could pull a sponsorship, and whatever monies that you needed from that place, all of a sudden it's gone, and then you're financially um, uh, done, you know? Yeah, I love that, yeah, that umbrella guy, he is really cool. Yeah, 100%, I agree. That umbrella guy, he most definitely he really goes out there and they attacked him. They call I don't know how they doxed him. They found his previous job, calling up his job, trying to get him fired. I mean, that is some ugly, ugly stuff. Let me see. AH is that type to pull. Yep. The YouTube tier sponsor, sadly. Yeah. I mean, just she look, karma, karma are known as the law of the universe of cause and effect. What you cause, you will reap the effects of. And it's so just and true. It may some people get it like this, and some people it takes a little while, and then when they get zapped, and Amber, her life is blowing up in front of her eyes. And the sad part, I don't think she actually sees that she's the cause of all of her own issues. I don't think she sees it. Oh yeah, but what are your thoughts about Balenciaga? What are your thoughts about that? And Kim Kardashian and Amber Heard. We were just talking about her. Amber Heard. Mm. Amber Heard, she finally given up, and she now says that she has a place to where she calls her own home. So now she's not doing that diverse residency thing to where she didn't have a residency. She was considered homeless, and she had a place outside the United States. So now she's like, okay, I live in California. Okay, now I'm ready to deal with this. That woman, she is how can I say she's the energizer bunny. She's trying to do her very best not to take responsibility for what she did, trying to come out, trying to get the insurance companies to pay Johnny Depp for her lies and for everything that she has done. I mean, it's outrageous. And she's trying to hold these insurance companies. Now, one thing that she doesn't understand is that insurance companies have the best lawyers. Oh my goodness, insurance law? Ooh. Okay, Maury says after looking. Mm-hmm. Yup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not going any further with that. I'm glad. I am glad you looked into that because that's coming next. That's coming next. And Balenciaga pointed to that. Mm. Oh yeah. And mm. Oh, okay. I'll let you all talk about that. Please do it in code because they also look at whatever you talk about. Do it in code, please, please, please. Okay. And plus causes of the defamation and the liable aren't covered by insurance. Yeah, yeah. And then Amber Heard is still talking about this freedom of speech. This right here gets me. The freedom of speech. She is a public figure. And there is a liable part to freedom of speech. She caused damage to Johnny Depp by what she said. And freedom of speech does not protect lies. It just simply doesn't. If that were the truth, man, if freedom of speech were to protect lies, we would be in trouble. We all would be in trouble. Thank you, Weebit. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Mara says, I would like to say pull. Okay, that went up real quick. Pull up the Wikipedia article. Yeah. And if you really, Okay. Yeah, because my video will get shadow banned and maybe taken down for disinformation, and then some what's his name? Lionel Nation. Oh man, he is brilliant. He's a lawyer from New York, a defense attorney. You ought to see some of his videos. I can't do nothing but laugh. He's a lawyer, a comedian. He is hysterical. He's on the line of the same level of George Carlin. The man is hysterical. Ah, man, I need to get rid of my landline. I'm just gonna let it go. Hopefully, it'll be quiet. Shauna, sorry. Okay. Okay, doing it. Yeah, and if you really want to check into it, go on YouTube and check it out. And you're going to see the hypocrisy of if you mention it, then they shadow ban you, but then if they put it up, it's okay. I don't get the hypocrisy, but I'm going to leave that alone. And yeah, you're free to say whatever you want, but not freedom of yeah, from the consequences. Yep. All right, wee bit. I like that name, wee bit. Wee bit bonkers. Oh yeah, Lionel Nation. He has they have been restricting him to where he has been at the same subscriber count for about 6 months, and then they demonetized him and never said why. And so he's just simply trying to make it by getting the truth out. He tells the truth and he just throws himself out there. He's hysterical. Oh my goodness, that man. And then if you really look at him, he'll remind you of George Carlin, but with only darker hair. Oh man. Seen that. Yep. Balenciaga. Balenciaga. Pay special attention to the legal papers and what that means, and something has to be done about that. I'm gonna put that on politics with Laura. I have to find some kind of way. Um, Rakita Law had an issue too. I think he's back on Twitter though. Yeah. But now I gotta say, and people may not agree with me, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree, agree to agree. Twitter has given me more room to where I can say what I want to say. And my thing is this, and people look at me like, what? Really? I mean, I would rather have someone say, "Hey, I don't like you. I don't like you. I think you're this. I think you're you know, you're whatever adjective they give you. At least you know exactly what people are thinking. The problem is when you don't. That's the issue right there. So my thing is say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. Thank you. But just don't be one of those delicate little flowers that when it comes back on you and then you want to cry and fall apart. No, no, you can't do that. That right there is not cool. But okay, what am I? Yeah, a wee bit. It's yeah, that is what's out there. That is what's out there. And as I would tell my children when they were younger, or my sister, because not my okay, I'm gonna put her out there, but she does too much of this. I call it telephone, telegraph, tell a friend. Tell it. Telephone, telegraph, tell a friend. Just say what it's really about. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Maury, you said I made my dad a doormat for the front porch. Let's say that this house is too warm for snowflakes. Yep. Yeah. Like my mom is rough. Growing up, she's a baby boomer and she had me a little late in life. I was a late the late what would she call me? I'm the oops baby. Yeah. It's no fun being the oops baby because you're always reminded. But she had this saying. She would say, if you want my sympathy, look in a dictionary between shit and syphilis, and that's exactly where you'll find my sympathy. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I already yeah, I did say that. Oh okay. Okay, wee bit. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I hope it was worth it. And I hope you learned something from this live stream. Well, I know you did. Telephone, telegraph, please, and tell a friend. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was a pleasure chatting. Yeah, it was. But but that Balenciaga, you know, they're over there trying to curb that. No, they approve that. There is no company on that level. There's not even somebody owning a hot dog stand, one hot dog stand, and they have someone doing advertisement for them. They have to get that hot dog stand owners approval on whatever they put out there. So them, acting like that they didn't know is a lie. Okay, let me take that back. Is disingenuous at best, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt by calling them disingenuous. At worst, I just said it. No, mm-mm. No, 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 no. Oh, you still love that saying? You still love that phrase? Oh yeah, man, oh man, oh man. I will tell you this: my mom, she was one of those real tough women, and she gave me two rules. And I had no idea how authoritarian it was because my mom, I had two liberal parents, my mother and my father. And my father was a liberal, but my mom was a liberal to the third power times infinity with a sprinkle of eternity on it, right? And she said to me, she said, you can't say anything that's going to hurt anyone's feelings, and you can't do anything that's going to physically hurt a person. So somebody like me, I was one of those real rough child. I mean, I was always in some kind of physical altercation. I mean, I just was one of those bad kids. That was me. But not being able to say anything and just let it go and just come out and say boop boop boop, no. But it has taught me to be able to say what I want to say in such a way to boop you on the chin, and you're like, I don't know if I should be upset or what. Um, yep. You said exactly. We hired people to put unauthorized items on a. Yep. And that was the Lego blocks. Yep. And they wanted to say kids weren't supposed to be in the pics. And then when they say that, and then they paid special attention to the purse and the papers, that right there was big time dog whistling right there. Big time dog whistling. You can't make this stuff up. No, I mean, no, no, no. This right here, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, for them to sit there and say all of that, backpedaling and all that stuff, and then to simply say, but, you were dog whistling. Who I want to know, who were you dog whistling to? Who was that for? I would like to know. Who was that for? That campaign. Who was that campaign for? Mm. But that Kim Kardashian came out too late, too late, too late, too late. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I had to talk about this. I had to talk about Balenciaga. I had to talk about Kim Kardashian, and I had to throw Amber Heard and her foolishness in there. I mean, Amber Heard has blown up her life so bad that it's going to take 20 generations to repair what she simply did. But Balenciaga, in my opinion, I can't prove what I'm saying, but I think if I would have, man, I think if I were to take time to study and to really do some research, I might be able to prove what I'm saying. That they were dog whistling to someone. And it was interesting about what was it, the 1992 to 1993 decision of freedom of speech. Now, a lot of people at that time weren't even aware because there was too much going on. And now that I look back on it, I think that there was a concerted effort to spread a whole lot of chaos around the United States. And if you take a look at the United States and what was going on then, you had a lot of R&B, hip hop. You had gangster rap going on there. You had the um, the Cracker Barrel, and just pay special attention to the first five letters of that that was going on at that time. Nobody saw what was going on in the Supreme Court, and I'll just leave it there. But now that Balenciaga made that the light, and not knowing, maybe that was supposed to go past to where no one was going to pay attention, but on social media, someone is always paying attention. And I'm so glad. And I disagree with what's her name, Candace Owens. She is not my favorite person at all. She isn't, but I do agree with her when it comes to children, and I will go to bat for children. Nah, most definitely go to bat for them. Um, I'm sorry, I just sort of just went on a rant. Um, mm, mm, Cartographers, if you catch my code. Okay. But it's going to be really it's going to be really crazy. Now, I did some videos for my members about the master Danny Masterson. That right there, there's a lot going on there, and I need to do an update on it. Let me see. I have a nieces and nephews, and I pay attention to any. Yep, yeah, you have to. You most definitely have to. You got to pay attention to them because you don't know who's paying attention to them. I mean, you got to be very careful. It's just a crazy time now in the world to where there's a lot of, dare I say, hey Nikki K, how you doing? Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you're just saying hello. I appreciate that. I went off the rails a little bit, but hey, drinking this iced coffee white mocha. I appreciate that. But But Candace Owens and I agree on one thing, and that is children. And there's a lot, and I go in on her on my other channel about some things what she says and what she does. But children, you're gonna get the bad side of me. Leave children alone. Now, if you wanna call in, you can. Oh, wow. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. It didn't seem like it. Yeah. Oh, I came in kinda late 'cause I went to Starbucks. Uh, to look up Balenciaga, but I went to Starbucks before I started my, live stream. Let me see what Balenciaga is saying about, look on their Twitter. Oh, wow. This is something. Man, if Balenciaga did something that offended the LGBTQ community, every celebrity would have cut instantly. Now that right there is very true. That is true. If Balenciaga did offend the LGBTQ community, they would have been cut instantly, and that is a very true statement. Let me see. Maury says children are innocent and they are pure. That is so true. And anyone hurts a child and an animal can get me. Yep. And hurting an innocent child. Oh my goodness. Shauna, get the phone. I'm sorry. There's a special place for them. You got that right. You really got that right. Most definitely. And people are really coming out on Balenciaga, and that's a good thing. And some guy, CP Pearson says, or Parson says, Balenciaga is apologizing because they got caught. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then you got to stop and think, is an apology sufficient enough? To me, no. No, 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 no. You showed your true intentions. So apologizing, no. Now, if you want to do something, you might want to put forth money to protect children from people, to set up a push for a stronger legislation for and build more jails for people like that. If you want to apologize, that's one way that you can apologize, in my humble opinion. Let me see. No, that's not it at all. Oh man, they got all this stuff on Twitter. They and Elon Musk, thank you for allowing this speech to go on because now people are really slamming Balenciaga, and it's not going to stop. Twitter, you go ahead and type in Balenciaga on Twitter. Balenciaga, Balenciaga. You type that up on Twitter. Oh, they're getting slammed all over the place. They still have up the campaign. They may have taken it down, but social media has not. So, and it goes on. Oh my god. Oh no. When if you happen to look it up on Twitter, look at Juanita Broderick. She's the chief. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I could put this on YouTube and not have it censored, but take a look at type in Balenciaga on Twitter and scroll down to Juanita Broderick. There's a woman in all red, and the woman in all red is the chief designer for Balenciaga. Um, Lada Volkova. Wow. Okay. Wow, 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 wow. See, but actually donate money. Don't pledge it. Okay. And the internet is forever 99% of the time. That is so true. That is so true. And Amber Heard learned that the hard way, and Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, they will learn that the hard way because no matter what you put out there, it's still circulating around. It's still there. It is still there. And no matter how many times you try to delete it, how many times you try to scrub the internet, it's there. It is there. That is so, so true. Oh, you're batting 1,000 more. You're batting 1,000. That is so true. Oh man, oh man. Ugh. I just don't see Kim Kardashian coming back from this. Um, I just don't see it. She waits way too late. But the interesting thing was that she was quick, very quick to denounce Ye like that. But then she has to let me get that again. Let me find that tweet. Kim's tweet. Some kind of garbage. Okay, here it is. I'll say it again. Kim Kardashian. She says she hasn't decided whether she'll cut ties with Balenciaga. Oh, this is a different one. Find it. Okay, here it is. I have been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted or outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaign, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team to understand for myself how this could have happened. Oh, Kim, you're going to have a hard time overcoming that because Candace Owens, she's not my favorite person in the world, but she most definitely did challenge you, saying that give the same energy that you gave Ye, give Balenciaga the same energy, and that's not what she did. She just put a little sprinkle. Oh man, you so done. Um, Maury says, I am reading the Balenciaga tweets. I am so thankful for people are going hard. Yep, hard after the brand and calling them out for their non-apology. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If you want to really apologize, then you're gonna do more for children around the world. And that little stank stuff what they pulled, they need to be um, defunded in some way. They need J.P. Morgan to go in there and take $75 million out of their money from their bank, freeze their stuff. Now that is something to do. Instead of Yay, go after Balenciaga. Huh? Hey mom. How you doing, mom? My mom is up. Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and cut this short so I can start getting my mom together, get her ready. And oh, does any before I do that, does anyone want to call up and speak your piece or come up and speak or say your piece, however you like? I'll put that down. But I gotta say, it's gonna be a complete disaster for the three. For because Amber Heard, she's gonna those insurance companies. She's trying to make the New York Marine Insurance Company and was it General Insurance Company pay $10 million to Johnny Depp when she only took out $1 million of insurance. It ain't gonna happen, Amber. You might get $2.50. But and now Travelers is defending her. Man, it's gonna be something. That's gonna be something. But Amber blew up her life. She just blew it up. She might as well just go into the nunnery and just say, "Okay, I'm done. Let me just submit my life over." And Kim Kardashian, once Ye gets through all of this stuff, what he's going through, he's going to be formidable person against Kim Kardashian because all this stuff what she's doing, she's not look. Oh, man, those children. That's all I can say. Those children and that Kardashian Jenner family. There's only two sane ones. Well, Rob, he has nothing to do with it. Poor thing. The only ones that are really sane, not sane, but who's not doing all this crazy stuff is Kendall Jenner, and Kourtney Kardashian. I don't know what her married name is, but yeah, but that Chris is a completely different story. And Balenciaga, I just don't see them making it. People will, let me see, people will eventually listen to Ye, especially with Kim pulling this stuff. Yep, yep. Just like how Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson, people weren't listening, and all of a sudden, people are starting to listen because now Amber Heard and her foolishness and all that stuff, what she put out there, her story fell apart. And Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, as you just scratched the surface just on what they did, and their wing women are falling at the wayside. Oh man, that's falling apart. Oh yeah, all the stuff is falling apart. It's falling apart. And Balenciaga, I just don't see them getting past this massive campaign blunder. I just don't see it. Yeah, Evan Rachel Wood pulled the Amber Heard. Yep, it sickens. Yep, it sickens me to the core. Most definitely, Maury. Most definitely. Uh, and I really believe, truly believe that Evan Rachel Wood was giving Amber Heard advice because Evan Rachel Wood is a little older than Amber Heard, giving her advice. The blind leading the blind. You both will fall in a ditch. Okay, let me go ahead and close it down here. Let me go take care of my mom. And I want to thank all of you for stopping by. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And on that note, be groovy and let's keep on giving them a tongue lashing on Twitter. Balenciaga, Kim Kardashian, and Amber Heard. Bye bye.